Residents of Ugenya constituency are currently voting for a new member of parliament following the nullification of Christopher Karan's election late last year. ODM's Karan is contesting the seat alongside the petitioner David Ocheng of the MDG party. Our reporter Oko Kusa is there for us. Oko, how is the voting process going on?
Gladys, the voting process is going on smoothly amid some hiccups here and there regarding the EVID system, that is the electronic identification voter devices that have failed in some polling stations. We've just spoken with the returning officer, Saintabao, who confirmed that indeed they had to replace 3 of those devices at Sega Township polling centers where they had completely collapsed, and of course that has also been witnessed across the constituency in almost all the 4 wards where the devices have had challenges, and the returning officer there, Saintabao, advising presiding officers to reboot them, just to switch them off and switch them on again. So that has delayed the process in a way. In fact, one of the candidates, that is David Ocheng, is alluding that with the failure of these devices is fearing that the voter turnout could be affected in this process. We're talking of, he was projecting 70%, but with these developments, he's saying that they could even be lucky to get away with 45% because a lot of people have stayed in queues for long. It's sunny down here, so you can imagine if you have to stay for more than an hour in the sun waiting to vote. So some have gotten disgruntled and returned home. We're not sure whether they'll come back and do that duty later on in the day before the polls closed at 5. But besides that, there have also been a lot of blame games here, ODM and MDG blaming each other for the violence that and election malpractices that have rocked this process again. Last night, remember, there was some clash between MDG supporters and ODM supporters. Ocheng says that ODM supporters attacked his brothers while they were distributing letters for the agents. And on the other hand, ODM says that the 2 brothers were engaged in voter bribery, and that is why they moved in to apprehend them. Actually, those 3 people, including 2 brothers of Ocheng, David Ocheng, were arraigned this morning at Kuala courts and charged. Well, the charge sheet we are made to understand read that they were intending to commit felony. We are yet to get to court actually to see for ourselves what they were really charged with. But what we know is that this morning 3 people were arraigned in regards or in connection to that exchange or violence that was witnessed last night. One person actually was injured and has been receiving treatment at Sega Mission Hospital. Besides that, there have also been claims of voter bribery. ODM is claiming that Ocheng's people are involved in voter bribery and lobbying at the polling stations, which Ocheng has dismissed, saying that those are propaganda, and in fact is blaming ODM for carrying out dirty politics as far as this process is concerned. We have also managed to speak with the other 2 candidates, that is Daniel Juma and Brian Omondi. Daniel, remember, those 2 didn't manage to cast their ballot here because they are not registered voters here. But Daniel Juma has come forward to defend himself, pushing the blame back to IBC, saying that he had actually transferred his registration or his name from Embakasi East, where he was registered initially, to Ugenya, but he was shocked that this morning his name did not appear in the registers. Brian Omondi there also saying that there are people who are masquerading as his agents in some of the polling stations he has visited, and therefore asking IEBC to come out and explain why that has happened, that his supporters have been misled to vote to other opponents. And now he's actually threatening that should this go on, then he'll go to court and petition for another nullification of this whole process. So basically that is what has happened so far. Election is still going on. Voting is still going on in all the 4 wards, 112 polling stations, and we expect the polls to close at 5 p.m. as stipulated in law. Gladys.